Hello and welcome to another tutorial by TheBlenderAnimations. This tutorial I'm going to actually show you how to model something, and I'm going to show you how to model this drink bottle. I'm not actually going to do the Samsung logo, but I'll do the basic colors and shape. Now you want to open up Blender, and the first thing you want to do is put this picture in the background. This is very helpful when you're modeling, because it allows you to actually trace around your object. So you want to click View down the bottom here and select Background Image. Now then this pops up, which you can move anywhere you want. I'll just put it in the top left hand corner. You want to go Use Background Image, Load, then it brings up the area where you select your image. So you're going to go to Desktop and find Drink Bottle and select Image. Now then you're given this image. So we're going to delete the default cube with the delete key, and then OK. And we want to move to the front view with 1 on the number pad. So now we're in front view. I'm going to use Shift Spacebar to make the screen full. So now we're in full screen mode, and using left mouse click to place the 3D cursor, I'm going to put it halfway between these 3 lines and the bottom. It's about there. So now I'm going to press spacebar, add mesh. I'm going to add a cylinder. Now 32 vertices is good. I'm going to select OK. I'm going to scale it up until it has the same diameter as this. Because if you try and scale it so that it's the same height, then the diameters will be wrong, and it's easier to adjust the height rather than the diameter. So I'm going to enter wireframe mode with the Z key, and I just scrolled in and moved around so that we're zoomed in on this area here. I'm going to press Tab to go into edit mode. I'm going to press A to deselect all, and B to select the box key into box select mode. I'm going to select the bottom, what was that, 33 vertices. I'm going to move that down to the bottom of the drink bottle. Okay, now I'm going to move up. I'm going to press A to deselect them, B to enter box select mode again, and then grab these top vertices and move them up to the bottom, the first of those 3 indentations there. Now I'm going to press the E button to extrude. I'm going to select region. That's going to extrude out. I'm just going to scale it in to about there, which is 0.95. Okay, I'm going to extrude it out and scale it to 1.1. No, actually I'll just scale it out to where it looks right, so that you have your first indentation. I'm going to extrude it up again, and extrude it up a little bit more into the middle of the indentation, and then you're going to scale that in. You're going to extrude it up further, and then scale out, and that's your second indentation. Then you extrude straight up to make the flat area. And you want to extrude into the center of the last indentation, scale in, extrude up again, and scale out of the indentation. So those are your 3 indentations done. Okay, now you can see that it goes flat, like straight up, and then moves into this curve. So I'm going to extrude straight up. I'm going to start this curve process. Now I'm going to extrude and then scale in so that it will line up with the edge here. So extrude again and then scale in. You're going to keep extruding and scaling, and you just want to trace this curve. And you just want to keep tracing until you reach the other side. So that's what we've created so far. you've got to the bottom of your drink bottle the 3 indentations and the curve. Okay, so now you can see that it goes straight again for this area here, and it comes to another curve. Then just follow the same process, extruding it and scaling it in. Okay, and we're going to make this lid a separate object. So the actual bottle is going to end where the yellow does, which is just here. So we're going to extrude it to there. And that's all for the actual bottle. So that's what we've got so far of the bottle shape. Now we're going to add a new object. I'm going to click here, space, add, mesh, cylinder, then OK. And you can see that it has the same diameter, which is really helpful. So we're going to go tab to go into edit mode, press A to deselect everything, and then B to enter box select mode. I'm going to select all these bottom vertices and move them up. And you can see that it overlays a little bit, so we want it to have an overlay, but just not that much, so we'll just scale it down a little bit. That's good there. So now we'll just match the shape of this lid. So you can see that it curves up slowly. So that's it curving up slowly. Then it has this lip here, which is straight up. And it goes in suddenly. Then you have the top bit, which then leads to the nozzle. So that's what we've done so far. Now this last bit I'm going to do is one last object, and that's the part that you actually bite onto. So we're going to add one last cylinder. I'm going to scale it down. I'm going to match the size of this small bit here, not the actual lip of it. So we're going to go into edit mode, press A to deselect, B to grab box mode. Just going to make this smaller, about there. I'm going to move this up to the lip, going to extrude it and scale it out to the lip. And we're just going to scale it in to make it the smooth shape, like that. So that's the drink bottle. And just make sure that everything lines up properly, because we're working with 3 different shapes. You can see that the top nozzle is off to the right. Just need to center that. That's good. Now we can work on actually coloring. So this color here, we're going to go shift space to exit full screen mode. We're going to click new just here to add a new material, which is this mesh. We're going to change this to the color yellow, which is there. Now the next one up, we're going to do the same, make a new material. I'm going to make this one blue, which is there. Click assign. Then the very top one, we're going to make another material. We're going to make you black. Now if you press Z, you'll see that you have finished your drink bottle. Now you can see that you can see like each of the 32 faces around. So we want to make it a little bit smoother. So we're going to add a modifier, which is going to be a subsurface. Like already you can see that's a big difference, but it always does this at the bottom. Select set smooth. We're going to go back into edit mode, and we're going to do a ring cut with Control R. We're just going to drag that all the way down to the bottom. Now we've left this little gap here so that it will actually gradually curve rather than just being a sharp corner on the bottom. And you can just look through, and if you want areas to be sharper, you can just put in an extra ring cut. Get the top here, you can see that that isn't sharp enough, so you need to put a ring cut to the top. A bit down. Okay, so that's the actual bottle completed. We'll put the same modifier on the lid, subsurface, set smooth, just put the ring cuts in. The idea is that it will have smooth corners, but it won't actually be too rounded to look unrealistic. And we're going to add the same modifier to the very top. So subsurface and set smooth. Into edit mode, do a ring cut there. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now you've finished your drink bottle. Now if you look at it from the camera's view, you'll see that you can't actually see the whole drink bottle, so we'll turn title safe off. We'll go to top view with 7. We'll just move the camera over to here so that we can see the whole bottle. Going to have to move this light of the lamp over and turn ray shadow off so that we'll be able to see the drink bottle and there won't be those shadows. I'm going to rotate this on the x-axis by pressing R and X. We're going to move it on the y-axis by pressing G and Y. I'm going to rotate it on the x-axis one more time. And that's finished. Now you can have a render with F12, and there's your finished drink bottle. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you need any help at all, feel free to comment or leave me a message. Thank you for watching today's tutorial.